What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar with C-Zar Gets Crypto, and we are talking about Bitcoin Cash today. Shout out to the Dragon Rider. Shout out to the clan of the Red Dragon. We are riding the Red Dragon as of now. On this week, on this day, things are definitely looking bearish, taking a turn for the worst, for the bulls, for the best, for the bears. We have broken out of this range. It's not convincing. I mean, it is convincing looking, but it's not validated yet, right? We're looking for confirmation to like really solidify that we have broken out of this range, because I mean, you know, we set up a base here, we broke out of it and then broke back into it, right? And so I mean, could we break back into it just as we did kind of over here? It looked like we were breaking out of this range. We didn't technically, but we broke out of it, right? The difference between this here is that yes, we wicked above it, but we closed still below these highs here. Here we actually closed below these lows. So this is very much more convincing. Beyond that, you know, it's a bigger candle, and it doesn't look like volume really came in, which is a little strange, but I mean, it's okay. But it'd be nice to see some volume come in. Let's see. Go to BCH USDT on Binance here. Yeah, not really a whole lot of volume. So we could see some kind of move back up, and that's why I'm saying we're looking for validation. We're looking for confirmation. You know, maybe we come back up to these previous lows, which it looks like we kind of did actually, and then reject from there, which we might have, but there's still 19 hours and 40 minutes left in this day to really make a convincing move that we're going lower. I would say if we get a day that closes below this low here, that would be significant. That to me, that'd be significant to see. We did get a day that closed below these highs here in this range, which I think is significant enough, but the next phase would be to get a day that closes below about 225. 225 and 12 cents to be completely exact. The RSI does look bearish to me. I would expect that we're going to go into the oversold zone, and with that, we're probably going to see our bigger moves to the downside. The last time we were in the oversold zone, what did we do? Yeah, you can see, right? We moved down rather quickly, found a base, moved down rather quickly, but the two biggest daily candles that we saw in this, and by the way, this was like throughout this whole like boring zone here, right? So these are not the big price moves that we're probably going to see. We're probably going to see bigger than this. But relative to the range, the biggest candles happened when we were in the oversold zone, when we were making our way down there, when we were at the lower levels of the RSI. So we are getting there. We are getting there. So this candle here, being 6.48% so far, is the second biggest candle we've seen. I think we have bigger candles to come in the coming days, coming weeks. Who knows? We might have broken down and moved sideways again. You know, we broke down here, moved sideways, broke down here, moved sideways. We could do the same thing. It's totally possible. But I don't know. If you know anything about fib or Elliott wave theory, I'm somewhat familiar in it, you know, but I'm definitely not an expert in it. But we could have something like a 1, 2, 3, 4. This could be our fifth leg down, and the fifth leg generally is it? But you know, I don't think it would be 5, would it? Because a 5-leg count is an impulse wave. This is going to be a corrective wave overall. I don't know. Maybe I'm just speaking of things of which I do not know. I don't know. But ultimately, I was just trying to take a guess here, because it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4. If this is the fifth wave, it generally would be the last wave down. So whenever we move sideways or move up or whatever, I would expect that we're going to find the bottom. So in which case, again, I would think that we are going to move lower, is kind of my opinion. Let's see, right, 1 through 5, impulse wave. And I don't think this is an impulse wave, because I think it's a corrective wave, actually, is what it is. And corrective waves are 3 waves, so I don't know. Maybe I don't know how I'd count this. So I'm just going to move off of the Elliott wave idea here, but looking at this thing, you guys, looking at it from the low to the high here, we are below the 236, looking like we want to go to the 382. Something significant, I actually talked about it yesterday, but I forgot to include this part of it. I was talking about how we might find turbulence in this range between about $212 and $190, $191, something like that. What would be 194, yeah, 212 to 194, somewhere in there. And the reason for that is on this short-term RSI that we have a peak here and a lower peak here. We have a peak here and a higher peak here. And generally with bearish divergence, which that's what this is, no doubt about it, you see the price revert back to where the divergence originally formed. And it originally formed back here at about $212, $213. That would make me think that, at a minimum, the potential to go somewhere between the closing low here or the closing high here in this range. We can even bump it out to a 4-hour. And it's not completely significant, but you can see that this range here formed. This is the range on those dailies that I was just pointing out. We broke out of it. We found support on previous areas of resistance. So I would think that somewhere between here and here, we will find somewhat like some turbulence, right? And we're probably actually getting it right now. Look at that, actually. We bounced off of that area right there. But I do think we go lower ultimately. If you've been following the channel for a while, you know that I think Bitcoin Cash is likely going to go in between about 135 to 185. My personal bias is closer to that 135 mark because we have some tops over here. The real, if I had to give like a real top to this kind of price area, it'd be more like this or a little bit lower. I think closer to 140 to 150, that's somewhere where we'll go. We could even go lower than that. It's completely possible. But that's my overall expectation right now. Looking at this on the 4-hour, let's see here. Yeah, we just got oversold. We literally just got oversold. I would expect that we are going to see some continuation down, probably rather immediately. There's not a whole lot of volume coming in. Maybe we get some more volume on our next move down. Maybe we go up from here. It's totally possible. We've been doing some wacky things with the price. It's totally possible. But with Bitcoin going down, with the S&P going down, we are in August. It is the beginning of the month. We could be kicking it off to a bearish start. And a rejection right here wouldn't be completely unprecedented in the RSI. So we could go down here. If we get back into the oversold zone, I would expect that we are going to see bigger moves than this to the downside. And we'll probably get away from this 230, 240 area, make our way toward the 215 to 190 area very soon, very, very soon. Maybe even by the end of the week. By the end of like the work week, by Friday is what I mean. Today's candle is technically Thursday, so within the next 2 days is what I would say. Looking at this thing on the 1-hour, yeah, you've got hidden bearish divergence, right? You've got a high here, higher than this. It's a higher high, but you've got a high here where this high formed, a lower high here where this higher high formed. This is hidden bearish divergence. You generally see these things play out when you're in a downtrend, which on the 1-hour you are definitely in a downtrend, lower lows, lower highs. And that just basically implies continuation, right? Where divergence, it's like hidden divergence, and to me it implies continuation. True divergence implies a reversal, and reversals tend to be a little bit more dramatic than continuation. But continuation can be dramatic too, right? I think we've yet to see the true might of the red dragon, and we're getting there. We're definitely getting there. We're in the lower limits of this RSI. It's going to happen sooner or later. Maybe in the next couple days, maybe in the next couple weeks. I don't know. But again, I would expect that we go down. We very well could go below this purple line. And anytime that you're below the purple line, but the long-term RSI is above the 50, that is generally a good signal to buy. So we might actually see that signal come into full effect. Again, just to show you where and why I think that's going to happen is the 618 is right here at 148, which is well below this line. And we could even go lower than that. We could wick below it, but then close back above it. I think that's very possible, but I plan on catching it. If it were to wick down there, I definitely plan on catching it. I have my buy orders set, so I don't really know if I have anything else to add to this. If the week closes this red, if it doesn't close green, or really it could close a little bit red and be okay, but really you'd probably want to see this thing close green. But at the moment, I think this thing does want to close red. I think we're going to break out of this overbought zone. I've said that the last 3 weeks now. This is the 3rd week in a row that I've said that, so we'll see if I'm finally right on that. Some people have been commenting like, oh, like you were right, good job, or some people even saying you were wrong whenever it pumped up, I might be proven right ultimately at where the price is going. Maybe we don't know yet. I'm not tooting my horn just yet, but I have been wrong in the past 3 weeks in calling that we were going to break out of the overbought zone. We still haven't done that yet. In the week, yes, it looks like we are right now, but we still have 3 days and 20 hours, essentially 4 days left in this week, about a little over half a week actually left We could definitely come up. We're only down 9%. Bitcoin Cash can definitely move over 9% in 3 days and 20 hours. So let's get this week to close red. If it closes red, to me, that will be the most significant confirmation that we have, because anytime that we've been overbought, we come out of the overbought zone, we've seen a minimum price move of 43%. I'm pretty sure. Let's go back. Let's actually go back. I've done this a few times. I should know it by now, but let's go back. There's not too many instances in history. So let's see. We were overbought here. This was up here, right? And whenever we came out of it from top to bottom, we moved 63% there. Here we went into it, we came out of it, but I don't feel comfortable counting that, honestly. I personally don't. That's a 29% move, but we barely got into it. I would say we rejected this area. We didn't get into it. This one we definitely got into it again. Looking at it, top to, I guess, the immediate low would have been here, right? We didn't have a significant bounce. It could have been here even. That's a 49% move. This one's a 82% move. You could even measure it off of this low, which would be a 86% move, however you want to cut it. The smallest one of those, again, being 49%. So 49%, 63%, 49% so far is the lowest one. We got into the overbought zone here. The top to the immediate low that we saw was 50%. Overbought here. Top to immediate low, 73%. Overbought here. Top to immediate low, this one was 43%. 43%. That is the smallest one so far, and I think that's the smallest one of all time. And we've got this one here, 44%, a little bit around the same area, but a little bit smaller. Here, this one's also 44% or 43%, and then this one was like 70%. I've just measured them enough to know. So will this continue that trend where we're going to go anywhere from about 43% to maybe 70%, maybe 60%, something like that? I think so. If we were to go to the areas that I'm looking for from top to bottom after breaking out of the overbought zone again, this would take us around 56%. That's within that range, right? If we were to go to around like 140, 145, somewhere in there. If we were to go to 185, that'd be 43%, which is that also fits the range, right? So somewhere in there. I know it's a very big range, but we've got a very big range of results, and not too many times, honestly. Let's see, there's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This would be the 9th iteration that we've gone from being overbought to getting out of the overbought zone. So not a whole lot to base it off of, but that's what we got with the range we got. And that's also why, to be completely fair, guys, we could drop lower than 135 even. We very well could. But overall, with like how the market's looking, I very much doubt that we'd see prices below this. Bitcoin Cash looks good. It's bottomed, in my opinion. I actually called for this quite a while ago. What is it? BCH, BTC. Called for the low here on Bitcoin Cash before it even turned up. Bitcoin Cash versus BTC, and the reason for that was we were actually showing support right here at the 1618. I called for it here whenever I noticed it. We did go a little bit lower, but the significant thing that happened was that we actually closed. We closed 1 week below it. We didn't get confirmation. It was a fake out. We closed the next week above it, so I'd still count this as holding this line overall. Wasn't a double bottom, I guess. It was a lower low, but overall, tomato, tomato, potato, potato. This area is definitely, in my opinion, that was the low right there. I don't think we're going lower than that. I think this thing is on a upward trajectory. Bitcoin Cash versus Bitcoin, and the reason for that is because we're doing things we've never done before. We see strength on the weekly RSI, both on the BCH BTC pair and the BCH USD pair that we've never seen before. And you can see that in the price. We're actually above the purple line. We've never been above the purple line in Bitcoin Cash's history. And if this purple line could keep going back, I don't know. Let's see. It can't really go back, but I guess I could do it. Let's put it at the 100. Put it back 20 days. You're still below the 100. So would you be below the 123 if it was there? I think so. Let's maybe do 50. I don't know. You're probably above the 50 at certain points. No, you were below the 50 back here even too. So would you be below the 123 if it existed? Very likely, But I don't know. That's hard to say. What if the 123? What if the price was way down here? I don't know. What I'm trying to say though, guys, is is we're doing things that we've never done before. That's why I feel confident in saying this is not just a low. This is I think this is the bottom for Bitcoin Cash versus BTC. So going back to the point of why I wouldn't personally expect, even though it fits within the range that we've seen in Bitcoin Cash's history, I wouldn't personally expect that we go lower than these lows, and I very much would expect that we hold this resistance level as support. Anyways, that's really all I got to say. If you guys like the video, leave a thumbs up. I appreciate it. Love all the subscribes and all the new stuff. You guys are really awesome. Yeah, I got nothing else to add to this. It's just more of the same. We're waiting. Yes, it was a semi-exciting day with this 6.5% drop, more or less. But I think the true exciting stuff is yet to happen. We're going to see it come into play very soon. Yeah, so take care, everybody. Have a good day. Bye-bye.